Yeah, I'm just here to remind people Shedeur Sanders was questioned and judged for this scrub quarterback by the name of Carson Beck over here. Now, Carson Beck has been an overrated quarterback since his high school days. I don't know why Georgia Bulldogs was infatuated with him. No wonder Georgia, good old boys clubs, they don't like the brothers down there in Georgia. We'll get that later. If you guys don't know, Miami just lost a close game 21-24 to Louisville Cardinals. And it was an atrocious game all the way. Miami's NIL transfer quarterback, whom they gave $6 to $8 million to, Carson Beck, he threw 4 interceptions. The fourth one, I actually called it. I said, watch, he throws that interception, and then boom. It was not even an impressive interception. All of his 4 interceptions were given right to the defenders. Now, why am I upset? You guys know I'm from Florida. Although I support Colorado football, I support many teams. I'm just that type of dude, but especially Florida teams. And when I see people judge Deion Sanders or the Shedeur Sanders, I'm looking at my Florida teams. Have you seen what's been going on with Florida Gators? A garbage coach by the name of Billy Napier who hasn't been fired yet. Does this guy have a sex tape on the athletic director or the president of Florida University? I just don't get how trash coaches continue to keep their jobs. I think it's fair that Deion Sanders gets to have a horrible season this year. His actual excuse is not an excuse. He went through a health scare. How many of us can survive that? A lot of y'all just yap and talk all day. I get to see a lot of people talk about, oh, Colorado season is over with. You've been saying that since our winning days. Like, knock it off. In fact, when has Colorado has won this much games? So the fact you're trying to make it look like Deion Sanders don't belong. Meanwhile, overrated coaches like Mario Cristobal, whatever you want to call this guy, he's not it. These coaches look great because they play for a great program. Could you imagine Deion Sanders at the rival Florida Gators or Florida State right now? Could you imagine Deion Sanders along with Michael Irvin, Warren Sapp, Ray Lewis? I'm talking about legends, man. Egram James, Sonoris Moss, Santana Moss, the Moss boy. Man, we didn't even name Hester and everybody else I could name. Could you imagine those coaches at Miami? They would do a by far better job than Mario Cristobal. So why am I making this video? The scrub quarterback by the name of Carson Beck, who the entire world said he was better than Shedeur Sanders. I got to witness Shedeur Sanders outlap Carson Beck 2 years in a row. They overrated this guy for one reason. And what made you cringe was the fact that Georgia picked him up instead of many of their brothers that actually come from the high schools of Georgia. Do you know the great quarterbacks that are in Georgia? I got a kid from Atlanta, so I know I could raise my hand. I've been to plenty of their games to see the high school and little league football. Yep, Pop Warner. They have tremendous talent over there with Georgia. It's a shame black talents like Aaron Norland from Georgia, he had to go to Ohio State. Then he transferred out of Ohio State to only go sit. I think he's in one of the Carolina teams right now. And that's the fact that I forgot which team he transferred from Ohio State. It shows you these people play with us. Why does he have to transfer from his own hometown that he wants to play for? Because they see the politics you guys play with. Carson Beck was given $6 to $8 million for what? What has he ever produced? He's always been filled in around by 4-star and 5-star level players. You can look serviceable no matter how awful you are if you play with immense talent like that. He got Malachi Tony throwing better passes than him. Why on earth is Mario throwing a complete season away so he can acquiesce and cater to subpar talent? We don't get to be trash. We don't get to throw 4 interceptions and still keep our jobs. Hell, we throw 1 interception, we got to get out of there. They're replacing us immediately. These privileged quarterbacks that I get to keep watching. I just don't get the hype. I gotta look at Arch Manning when, yes, I'm the first one to expose Arch Manning. Go watch the videos. I'm about to do the video, show all the dates of the videos that are up on YouTube right now. It looks good to everybody now to call Arch Manning trash. Try doing it while everybody was riding his tip and saying I lost my mind. And because I knew the truth, I watched the games, ladies and gentlemen. I watched Arch Manning since he was, I'm not going to say the 8th grade. I heard about him in 8th grade, but I watched him in his 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade year felt horrible. And the senior year was atrocious. Yeah, he had better 9th grade and 10th grade year. I showed everybody the 2 receivers that he had, including his tight end who joined him at Texas University. I don't even know where that tight end is now, but another overrated quarterback who got the same help because of privilege that we don't get. We have to jump through the hoops, and I'm not crying a river over here. I think it makes us stronger. It makes us better. But just to sit back and look at the game, to see the amounts of interceptions that Beck kept throwing, and not one time was his job ever in jeopardy, that lets you know the cushion that these coaches waver and give to these said-so players. Could you imagine Coach Prime if he did this? Caden Salter throws 4 interceptions. He still kept in the game. Juju gets to throw 2 interceptions and still kept in the game. Ryan Staub throws 3 interceptions and kept in the game. You guys damn near crucified Deion Sanders for this quarterback drama we're having, which a lot of coaches go through that. But we don't have that pillow, that setback where many other coaches, they can do what they want. Like they're playing God. Deion Sanders have to go by the book. And plus, he's a God-fearing man. He's going to go by the books. But you don't give him a pass that you just gave Miami's coach, Christoph, whatever his name is. You don't give him a pass. I had to look at that horrible game, and I only looked at one problem. It was not Miami defense. Yes, the linebackers were sleeping during the second half. Well, you try playing with a trash quarterback like Carson Beck. It will get you fatigued. Those guys were tired. What more could they do? They were enamored with atrocious, pitiful play calling, predictable at that. And it's not that Mario can't coach, the offensive coordinators can't coach. The problem is, Carson Beck is limited as a quarterback. What can you really do with him? Running plays, and then a pass, or a 1 pass and then 2 more running plays. It's predictable. They know what you're going to do. And basically Carson Beck is Dylan Gabriel 3.0, maybe 5.0, because I have a couple of other guys I can call the next elevation of a Dylan Gabriel, because we know Arch Manning needs 6 years, just like Dylan Gabriel, to even be somewhat serviceable. But they're not going to talk about that. These guys don't get scrutinized through the media, no matter how big their name is. You would think with a big name like Arch Manning and Carson Beck, there would be more backlash against their atrocious play. But you get to hear this guy was in Heisman conversation last year, and guess what? He's in Heisman conversation again this year. No thanks to his teammates, and I'm being slick with that. It is because his teammates. It should be Malachi Toney or maybe other members of the Miami Hurricanes if you wanted to reward Miami with a Heisman candidate. But by all means, it is not Carson Beck. He's barely a game manager. Can we call him a game manager with 4 interceptions? He has some of the most 3 interception games in college football of an active quarterback currently right now. Go look at it. I know it's a petty stats to look up. Well, I'm knowledgeable. I looked it up. This man got one of the most records of having 3 interceptions during a game. And this one was 4 when it counted. You're the number 2 ranked team. These privileged quarterbacks, man, and you guys have the nerve to compare this guy to Shedeur and say he outlapped Shedeur by miles. Man, if you hate Shedeur for whatever reason, stand on that. But to bring up outdated talking points that suggest nothing other than the fact that you're just flat out racist, let's call it what it is. Because I get to sit back for this entire season. The quarterback play has been garbage in the NFL and in college football, but you don't see a lot of conversation about this regarding certain loved players. Look, guys, if you are an NFL team and you're drafting guys in this upcoming draft, Please don't waste your time on quarterbacks. It's atrocious to say the least. These overhyped, overrated, so-called quarterbacks who look like the owner's grandsons, so they fall in love with these guys. Oh man, he looks like he could marry my daughter. That's a swell pal. I could end up being a father-in-law to. Yeah, things like that they look at. They don't go by talent in this football economics and economy. It doesn't go by that in this brand new atmosphere. It's not about talent anymore, ladies and gentlemen. It's about who looks like someone you can relate to, you love, and someone that looks like you. Unfortunately, that's exactly what it is, because Carson Beck, ladies and gentlemen, is making $6.8 million. This is like his fifth or sixth season in college, and he is making $6 to $8 million, and he has never played like a starting quarterback of a Division I team. Forget about a star quarterback, a great quarterback. Hell, forget about an NFL talent. I'm just talking about on a regular college level. He has never been that. It's easy to mask these guys with 4-stars and 5-star players, and you attribute the winning to these scrub quarterbacks when we all know it's the players and teammates around them. I think in 2026, we're going to have to stop overhyping these quarterbacks as being the main center focal points to why their teams have such large success. As we can learn from these last 6 atrocious years of quarterback play. I mean, look at J.J. McCarthy. He got drafted the number 6 pick in the first round. This was a fourth round pick at best, and he got the 6th pick. Another Daniel Jones, watered down generic. You know the rest, man. Look, man, ladies and gentlemen, and Daniel Jones is doing great, by the way. I know it is what it is, man. I'm not here to hate, man. Look, I'm DJ BlessOne, the best one, man. Love your family, love your kids, and definitely stay blessed.
I've been broke so many times.